Hello, friends. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is about love, but a special love connection, and that is with our spirit guides. Who's your spirit guide? What does the energy imprint of your spirit guide looks like, or feels like, or is like? So, I was inspired to create this pick a card because today's Valentine's Day, and there's love in the air. There's always love in the air, by the way. But yeah, and I wanted to bring you this. So again, I ask you and suggest you to take some time to ground yourself so you can be in a good a state of mind where you can choose with your heart, with your body. Okay, and also click and subscribe, leave a feedback, like. Your feedback is salient, very important for my channel as I get better, have better content for you. All right, well, many blessings. Have a good day. Hello, friends. It's a beautiful day here in the Midwest, although a little bit chilly, and that's okay. It's still winter here in North America. Anyways, today's reading, I was inspired by just like my guides and being grateful for their presence in my life and how much they have assisted me throughout this human journey, and I'm pretty sure they'll continue to do so. So I want to bring you some messages from your own spirit guides and see, let's get to know them a little bit better. If you don't, let's get to know them and see what do they have to say about who they are, their identity, their energetic signature. So we have two options here. We have this, I think it's called sunburst something. It's a really nice kind of like orangey color. And we had this one from the spirit one. So it's your option 1 and your option 2. Take some time, pause, ground yourself. I want you to be here, relax, zen out, and after that, come back and choose your option. Those who chose option number 1, this orange stone here. Let's start by, I'm using the Ascended Masters, Keepers of Light, and Goddesses Oracle decks. So I'm using mostly Oracle decks for this one. So what I'm getting here, it's Faith, Divine Director, and already okay. I'm sensing some nice purples here. Who are your spirit guides? I mean, your main spirit guide, more like a little bit more about their identity. So faith, humanity, benevolence, divine director, intervention, purpose, focus upon your strength. So this is a guy that doesn't have a specific gender. It's both divine masculine and feminine, what I'm seeing here, and it's pretty like it can be, it's kind of like galactical one, but it's also very from the kind of like the angel realm, the galactic, because the galactic, maybe the Galactic Federation, if you're familiar with the Galactic Federation. If you don't, you can look it up. But yeah, it's someone who is, you can see some like orbs here around this person or being. Sometimes you'll see either purplish or bluish kind of orbs around you, or kind of like on the side of, like by your side. That's the way they're communicating. Also, I'm seeing the blues here, so yeah, some definitely like blue color that you might see like by, like when you're glancing or something. That's your spirit guide kind of like showing up and saying, hey, what's up? And it's very kind of like loving and wants to let you know that they always, both of you were a team in some other like lifetime. You guys, I'm sensing you guys were, you worked together in a divine purpose. And this time you decide to come to Earth, and this being, this guide, decided to stay in the spiritual realms, or whatever realm that is not the Earth. But you guys are very, very connected. You guys are like, you make this strength together, you know, like you bring something of that kind of helps people, make them feel strong, like or even like you, not only to, I mean, if you're bringing that to people, it's because you embody that strength. So there's that strength in you. So I can see that. Let's pull let's see what else they have to say about your guidance, who they are. Of course, gonna take care of you when you're in danger. It's like, for some of you, there has been situations they're like, how did I got away from this? And it's because of the intervention of divine intervention. Okay, because I don't know if you're a person that kind of like is childlike or likes to take some sort of risk or adventurous, and this force, that guy, that the energy that is with you, it's very like protective of you, of course, and it's helping you with your abundance, with being also patient. It's telling me right now that it's important to go with the ebb and the flow of things, and that everything, it has a cycle and a rhythm, that you have to honor those cycles, just like the moon cycle, this is your divine kind of like this is the divine feminine energy that your guide brings to you. It's kind of like part of their mission also, to kind of like teach you to be patient, and therefore their qualities and of this energy is very kind of like strong, patient, and helps you with that, with that aspect, because your guy embodies this, therefore you embody that too. So it's very quiet. I just I don't feel it's very talkative, like it doesn't really want to talk. That's why I'm kind of like having a hard time reading this, because it's kind of like very quiet, serious in a way, but it's definitely very loving in its own way. If you want to talk to your guide, you can, but I think it's not much. You will not really connect with the emotions, but you will connect. If you want to connect with your guide, you would need to work with some colors. Work with some art, colors, do maybe some sort of painting or something, and start making shapes, and that's the way your guides will communicate, because it's not very motion, like it's more through symbols or through like circles. So you can go into meditative state and do some circles, and that's a way that you can connect with your guide, and you will get like the guidance that you need when you do that sort of process, because it's more like they want you to do, I'm just seeing like this circling, like do paint, use the color blue, purples, that kind of, tones. And that's how spirit world works, guys. Some spirits are very talkative and they're okay with their emotions and using the human language, and some are not. Some they're just like, for us might be awkward and doesn't make sense, but it's okay. It doesn't need to make sense, because the spirit world it's not rational mind, it's not analytical. That's part of that. All of that, that's just the ego. That's part of the ego to rationalize things and now be analytical. And that's why I'm just trying to deliver the message in a way that you can understand me about the description of your guide. It's very loving for sure. It's telling you to keep the message that comes with your guys, have faith and that everything is orchestrated for you. Keep like focusing, working on your strength. There's good things coming for you, but you need to be patient and need to learn from the lunar cycles, or how each phase has its own energy, its own magic, and its own teachings. Okay. Yeah, so that's the message I have for you today. I hope you like it. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, feedback. It will be really helpful. So I'm sending you much blessings, and see you next time. Okay, let's move on to option number 2 for those who chose this pretty crystal. I forgot the name of it. It's smoky quartz. I don't see much smoke to it, but it's got smoky. It's a strong crystal. Okay, so let's see. Let's find out about your guide, your main guide. Sometimes I have to tell you, sometimes because we're dealing with different beings, dimensional beings, sometimes it's hard to kind of like interpret what they have to say, or if they want to talk. They always want to contact you, I know that. I mean, but it might not be in a very human language, because again, they're like from different dimensions. It's easy to communicate with angels, but sometimes it's challenging with for example, the cosmic ones, that are from very, very like far, or very like complex planets, or wherever, 2 of them fell, so okay, let's see. Okay. And this guy here, and let's get one from, what's going on here? Okay. There you go. My camera went a little bit crazy with this. But this is from the Goddess Oracles. Doesn't matter. It's like, it's very feminine, energy dominant, but it doesn't matter. Because again, we're just getting the energy imprint of your guide. I'm kind of anal about like how I put my card, sorry. Just want to make sure you guys can see. Saint Germain, Hilarion, interesting Ishtar. Ooh, okay, this is a very talkative one. Okay, so it's talkative because your guide, it's very from the human realm. So it's someone who was already here. This too, actually, Saint Germain was, and it's an ascended master. And Hilarion was also like an ascended master who was a human and was able to evolve into a higher kind of like state of being, and to help, like he's kind of like, he didn't want us, he continues to help you, like help us, everybody, like whoever channels him or has this energy as like in their primary guides. He's a very like kind guide, because when he was a human, and both of them when they were humans, they were all about like the mystic and the esoteric, and they want to find out and like kind of like decrypt like schools of thought and the mysterious of, you know, all that kind of esoteric world to help the people. They were trying to decodify things for the good of the collective. So they were very, very intelligent, very like, you couldn't see your guide kind of like very quirky, very like kind of outcast, but also they were very smart because they were able to blend with higher like people in power. So they were able to help like use their intelligence, their wisdom, and their like quirkiness to kind of like, in a way, trickster, but in a good, like, yeah, like in a good way, trickster, to kind of like help others, kind of like in a Robin Hood vibe of the spiritual world. Because they were alchemists, and the people who they hang out, they were very like people in power, like rich, and who or had knew like some sort of knowledge. So they wanted that people who had this kind of knowledge that didn't want to share, and they were able to kind of discern and say, hey, you have this power and you have this knowledge that you're keeping to yourself, and know that it needs to be brought to the light for other people to ascend and transcend their, you know, limitations. And there were some people like the church that didn't want to share this esoteric teaching. So these people came up and they were like, hey, you know what, you better, you know, give up your information, otherwise, you know. So this is really cool. I really like this guide of yours. And it started with the Egyptian kind of vibe, you know, Egyptian wisdom that carries this. Because these people also, they travel all around the world, and one of the actually favorite places to study was Egypt. You know, Egypt, where pyramids, places with pyramids, Peru, Mexico, and they're like kind of fierce, and they, you know, they help you with your boundaries too. I feel like they're like, hey, you know, like you have this ability to kind of get information, connect, or move, your mover or something like that. But you have to work on your boundaries. And that's kind of like, and I say they because it seems like it's kind of like a more than one, but it's actually one that I'm talking one, the main one. And yeah, you might be someone who has a lot of like power, and you're very kind of like people, you're a connector, or you mover, or you're, you know, kind of like very witty, you kind of know how to get things. Or if you not like that, you kind of like starting to realize that you have some sort of ability with people, whether it's like a good speaker or finding things, just like making things happen, you know. So find ways also to heal, or yeah. So like this guy can show up as kind of like purplish, greenish, and if you see, they share this. Hilarion is holding the Merkaba star here, or the Star of David here, and Saint Germain has in the back is the same one. Okay, so I would recommend you to do some meditations with Saint Germain or Hilarion, or with also like I'm hearing Kabbalah with the mystic school of Judaism. And actually Kabbalah, I have it here. I do this daily meditations. This is Kabbalah. It's called the 72 names of God, and each card has a meditation. It has some Jewish name and symbol. So they're kind of like telling you, hey, you have this like really cool power, and in order to connect with your guide, do some sort of connect with the Kabbalah, or Egyptian, kind of look into the Egyptian mystic schools, you know. Yeah, let's see what else can they want to talk about them that they need to let you know. Let's see. You might seem like a very like cool, like down-to-earth person, but again, I feel like you have this ability to make things happen, to create, co-create, and you're very vibrant energy, and this is your spirit, guys. Just like when you're feeling like at your most, it's kind of like when you're feeling like very like vibrant and like creating stuff like that, it's when your guide is more present. Just because this Queen of Wands here, or this is a feminine energy, which is creativity, fertility, abundance, and you know, fire energy, fiery energy. I'm getting 2 with earth sign. So combining the elements of earth and fiery, which your guide holds a lot, you're able to work with your guide, create and manifesting for the good of the collective. Okay, I think you have a big mission in this life. And it will be really helpful if you can do more like meditation or some sort of connection with your guys, so you guys can strengthen your connection and you can prosper more or be more like fulfilled. Because this is not about achievement, but it's about fulfillment. This reading is to help you feel more fulfilled. All right, so this is what I got for you. I hope you like it. And leave a message, feedback, appreciate. And if you like, subscribe, right? Many blessings. Have a good day.